If you've been on my channel long enough, you would know that I cancel projects a lot. If I ever start making a big project, there's always a 70% chance of it getting canceled. And many projects that you guys all wanted to see have fallen victim to this. The Banana Splits movie remake, Freddy's Gmod, and the main one that this video is about, the Mickey Mouse movie. The story about the development of the Mickey Mouse movie starts off in September of last year, where I come up with the idea, hey, you know, there hasn't been a theatrical Mickey Mouse movie ever. I mean, sure, the Goofy movie exists, but that doesn't really count as a Mickey Mouse movie. And the Banana Splits movie has been all in my mind at that time, and so I decided to make a Mickey Mouse movie. But not in the cartoony childish fashion, it would have been a horror movie. The story would have been that in the Disney headquarters, they would have had a janitor go clean up the storage rooms. And in those storage rooms, the janitor would find an animatronic Mickey Mouse. Blue would flash in his eyes for a split second, and Mickey will rise up, grab a screwdriver or something, and then jam it down the janitor's throat. That was the only scene that ever got completed, and that was the only scene that ended up being in the trailers. The next scene would have been, some people searching for the janitor, I think. And the Mickey Mouse animatronic from that one storage room would have escaped and went to another storage room that has a Donald and Goofy animatronics. He would have touched them on, like, the face or the shoulder or something. And then blue would flash in their eyes, and then they will start coming alive. The blue eye flashing is a big clue to why these animatronics came alive. And I'll tell you guys what it is at the end of the video. Then it would have went on to a bunch of the deaths. One of them would have started sort of like the Drooper Fire death from the Banana Splits movie, where one of the workers wanders into an abandoned, a Disney abandoned animation room or something. And the dude sees a big guy in a trench coat drawing on one of the animation tables. And the worker would have said, hey, let's get out of here. There's a bunch of killer animatronics on the loose. And the guy in the trench coat would have turned around and would have revealed that it was Goofy in disguise. The Goofy grabs a pencil, holds the worker down, and stabs the pencil into his hand, and the worker dies bleeding out on the floor. I wanted to make sure that some of the deaths in this were a little cartoonish. I remember writing a death that I think I scrapped, where it was Donald dropping an anvil on someone. I remember there was another death where I think one of the workers had a shotgun or something. The guy just starts to shoot the shotgun, but Mickey puts his finger in the hole, and so the shotgun kind of blows up in the guy's face. Oh, and I almost forgot. The drawing that Goofy was making during the animation scene would have some significance at the end of the story. I remember there was another scene I was thinking of where a bunch of little, not animatronics, a bunch of little figurines of Mickey, like a whole pack of Mickeys called the Mick Pack or something. I forgot what I named them. They would attack a worker and tear up his clothes and stuff. Mickey, Donald, and Goofy were the only animatronics that would have been in the movie. The other characters would have been like figurines like the Mick Pack or something. I remember writing that Minnie and Pluto were figurines. And I also had the end of the movie completely planned. That was probably one of the first things I planned. It would have been all of the figurines and all the animatronics of all the villains from this movie gathered up in the boiler room. And they're standing in a freaking circle like in a ritual, and they have a bunch of nightmarish drawings of like Mickey, Donald, and Goofy in the middle. Goofy would have walked in and brought his drawing that he made in the animation scene, and the drawing is a nightmarish drawing of Mickey Mouse with blood all over it because he killed the dude. And that's when a musical number would have started, where it was the final song from Pink Floyd's The Wall. It was like a parody of it. It was, it was the Trial song. All the Disney characters would have been singing that song. And there would have been a lot of visuals of broken down houses and broken down buildings and large trees and buildings covered in vines. That will be one of the biggest clues on why the animatronics came to life. Oh, and I almost forgot to say that the main character would have been kidnapped by the animatronics, and he would be in the middle of the ritual like they're sacrificing him to their god. I do not remember how they would have been stopped, but I do know that Mickey's face would have been like, his animatronic face would have been exposed like Fleagle. Now let's talk about the thing that would not have been revealed in the movie. Let's talk about why the animatronics came to life. The reason why they came to life wouldn't have been revealed in the movie. You would have had to figure it out yourself by the clues left in the movie. The biggest clues throughout the movie would have been, yeah, the animatronics, before they come to life, their eyes flash blue. And the imagery in the final scene would have been like a bunch of abandoned buildings. And the characters would have been saying weird things all about like abandonment. Who do you first think about when you hear abandoned in Disney? Blue. Abandoned. Abandoned by Disney. The animatronics would have been possessed by the one and only photo-negative Mickey trying to punish Disney for abandoning him and Mowgli's palace. That's why the animatronics' eyes flash blue, because his pants is blue. Is photo-negative Mickey successful in this? No, obviously not. The heroes win. But one thing I would have had at the end of the movie, it would have a cliffhanger where you would think that Mickey would be dead, but at the final scene, it does a long shot on Mickey, and his eyes flash blue again, and then he starts laughing, showing that photo-negative Mickey's reign will not end until Disney demolishes Mowgli's palace. There 100% wouldn't have been a sequel. I would have just left it on that. And that was the second and final draft to the movie. The first draft would have been exactly like the Banana Splits movie. It would have just been the Banana Splits movie, but with a Mickey Mouse theme. And so I wanted the story to be much more original and less like a ripoff of the Banana Splits movie, and more like an unofficial sequel to Abandoned by Disney. But of course, the movie wouldn't tell you that the animatronics are being possessed by photo-negative Mickey. You would have had to figure that out yourself. I had like a 1.5 draft made where like it just gives another explanation of why the animatronics were killing people. It was of Walt Disney going insane over people neglecting his animations. And he would have had blueprints in his office of the killer animatronics. He purposefully made those animatronics murderous because he wanted to punish all those people who neglected his animations. And I ultimately changed it to the photo-negative Mickey stuff because I thought that stuff was much better. But let's talk about the future of this movie. It did get silently canceled, and I was proud of the project, and I still am kind of proud of it. But I don't feel like I am the person to make it. If you want to make the Mickey Mouse movie, that's perfectly okay with me. You could do whatever you want with that. But that Mickey Mouse movie April Fool's prank I made this year, that is my Mickey Mouse movie. That is my official Mickey Mouse movie. And to this day, I still get people asking, where's the Mickey Mouse movie? Or is Donald and Goofy gonna be in the Mickey Mouse movie? I'm just saying, if you want to see a Mickey Mouse movie from me, go watch my April Fool's Day video. Like I said, you can make the Mickey Mouse movie. You can make a sequel. You can even make a full franchise. I don't care what you do with this story. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm just saying, if you want to make the Mickey Mouse movie, all I want is for it to have the same heart as my version would have. Will I ever use these animatronic characters again? Absolutely. I will definitely use these characters again. They're probably not going to make a movie appearance anytime soon, though. But I have a feeling I'm already working on a project that includes these characters. The project is called